she is a big thing. She came out first. And of course, if she comes out first, and the jockey eases it back to come back to the others, and they're huffing and puffing trying to get to her. And of course, she's phenomenal.
Just to repeat, she has won 21 races in a row. Every race she's run in, she has won 11 of those at Group 1 level, but this is her first race outside Australia. And it's the journey here, it's the different situation, it's the different course, and it's everything associated with taking yourself halfway around the world that is her biggest challenge. And Peter Moody has made it very clear he doesn't think there's an awful lot to gain, there's everything to lose, but what there is to gain is a global standing, an international spotlight on her.
Most of the people that are here today, Claire, they want to see her. All the jockeys riding this race want to see how good she is.
And she's slotting into stall 15. She would be closest to the stands, so she could go all on her own, keep away from all the other runners if she wants to. She gets a friendly pattern, ruffle of the hair then from Glenn Darrington. And it's nearly time for the Diamond Jubilee, part of the Global Sprint Challenge. And we have a global sprinting superstar at the head of our market. She's going to go off an odds-on favourite, 6-1 on, and it's 5-1 bar. Society Rock last year's winner goes forward. Here's Jim.
So, night Melbourne Cup is a race that stops the nation. This is a mare that has 2 nations agone. And there's the scene in Melbourne, everybody watching. They're loading up the last few. Cheers from the crowd as Black Caviar is installed safely. A couple of them are getting restless. Moonlight Cloud is going to go forward now. This is her biggest challenge here at Port Ascot, the Diamond Jubilee Stakes. Starter holding up. Society Rock is just rearing. A couple of them very edgy. They're racing in the Golden Jubilee. And Black Caviar's got away to a good start. Society Rock began badly. Soul is going to be the early leader. Out in the centre, Black Caviar travelling on the near side, getting a lead from Bogart. Out in the centre, Jimmy Styles, followed by Escalade. And further back, then is Bestia d'Argent. Moonlight Cloud takes up a position in the middle of the field from the checker. Pastoral Player is further back in the field. They're followed then by Krypton Factor. Red Rock is out the back in company with Jenky. That Serious Prospect, who's at the tail of the field as they race up now towards halfway. And Soul the leader from Bogart, and now Black Caviar ambling up on the near side in third. They're a length to Escalade, followed by Krypton Factor and Jimmy Stars and Bestia d'Argent, and further back is Jenky. But as they come up now onto the course proper, 2 furlongs left to go. Soul is the leader. Now Nolan starts to shake the reins at Black Caviar. She starts to move up on the near side. She draws level now with a furlong left to go. Now he says go on the mare. She gets about a half length in front of Soul. Bestia d'Argent, Moonlight Cloud coming home fast, but it's Black Caviar in front with 100 yards left to go. Here's Bestia d'Argent on Moonlight Cloud. He eases up near the line. Here's Moonlight Cloud, it's tight. Black Caviar.
Stopped riding the horse.
In third, then Bestia d'Argent, followed by Soul. Further back is Krypton Factor.
See, he put his hands down.
Prospect back in the field from
What
Society
did he do?
Rock. Bogart the last to finish.
I don't know if that was one. It was so
And
tight.
this is tight.
Put his hands down.
Very, very tight indeed.
What do you mean he put his hands
Well, she stopped riding before the line.
Flashing home down the outside, Moonlight Cloud, as they race towards the line. Oh, she might have just got the bobbin. She's got
Didn't
there.
run it away.
She has
Just
great
run it.
She has got there by a nostril. The winner is number 11, Black Caviar, and the cheers of the crowd and the relief of Peter Moody. He will not be a happy man. Luke Nolan will have a look at it again near the line. But this is the reaction in Melbourne, in Federation Square. A cheer from the crowd as they know now that Black Caviar has scraped home in the closest of finishes to the Diamond Jubilee Stakes. There is Black Caviar. Look at Luke Nolan riding so confidently near the line, but look at the swoop down the outside from these two. so confidently
Look.
as they get
Too
towards the
confidently.
line. But Moonlight
Hey?
Cloud in the white, and in the centre, Restia d'Argent, the
Not
two
too
French
confident.
horses are swooping. And as they hit the line, it's Black Caviar by a short head. Ahead
By a
officially.
nose.
A neck between second and third. The 1, 2, 3 is first, number 11, Black Caviar, Luke Nolan. Second, number 12, Moonlight Cloud, Thierry Jarnet. Third, number 15, Restia d'Argent, Maxime Dion. And fourth is number 9, Sol, Frankie Dettori. It's ahead by a neck, and the time, 1:14.10. She started 6 to 1 on favourite, 5 to 1 Moonlight Cloud, 40 to 1 about Restia d'Argent. They are the British bookmakers' prices. And Luke Nolan and Peter Moody. And there is the photo. Luke has realised close home that they were closing, and they came from the clouds. And he shakes the reins.
Thought that
to
horse
Black
was going to
Caviar,
win by
and she has
legs.
scraped home. The alarm was going off, I'd say, about 30 yards from the line. And this fantastic mare has now won 22 races in a row. 22 straight. She has won the Diamond Jubilee at Royal Ascot in the Queen's Diamond Jubilee year. And Luke Nolan takes her down the track.
Wow.
And in front of this enormous crowd, a crowd of about 80,000 here at Royal Ascot today.
Man. How's
He
that
has
go?
counted her down the track, and they will be fully appreciative of that. Down in the silver ring, down in the grandstand enclosure, and then he'll trot back in front of the members. But I would say the relief of connections would be enormous, and also the relief of the jockey.
Must have cost him a
Because
lot
when
of
he
money to
watches
get
that
the
again
horse
on
there, hey?
replay, he will have his heart in his mouth.
Yeah.
He won't sleep for a week.
And he's not the only one who had his heart in his mouth. The whole nation did. The whole crowd here at Ascot held their breath because they thought that this supermare had been caught on the line. And for all of them watching in Federation Square in Melbourne, a huge sigh of relief and a cheer went up when the result was confirmed. And Peter Moody had said he didn't mind if he only won by half an inch, but I thought he was joking. Maybe Luke Nolan took him at his word, because, Willie, that was extraordinary.
I got a little bit too confident did Luke. He's been winning, sort of easily all the time down in Australia, but here obviously she's travelled a long way. She's possibly not as good as she normally is, but she is the best. She has been the best on the day, and there's a lot of relief that the photograph went that way, because if it hadn't gone that way, I'm afraid the jockey, the rest of his life would have been not very nice, because he looked as though he just took it a little bit too easy. Instead of just having a little peek to see whether the other horses were, he just sort of went up to the last quarter of furlong and just hands and heels.
Yeah, he did.
Let's have a little look at it, because I'm sure many people will have been rewinding going, what happened there? And it was almost, he didn't want to get serious with her. He doesn't want to give her a hard race because the travelling that she's done, and because they want to go elsewhere in the world and try and win another of these global sprint races. But Willie, he almost pulls up last sort of 8 strides.
Look, he is pushing her out there. He's got his stick waving. He gave her a little tap there, backhander, another little backhander.
Watch how he stops riding.
He has. He's flicked her a few times, and obviously now he's sort of keeping her balanced. He hasn't stopped riding. He stops riding now, and he's
Yeah.
Let me ask you an honest question. Has he mistaken the winning line?
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see what he says when he gets back. But he did actually stop riding there for a start or two.
And you can see there the conflicted emotions of all of those associated with Black Caviar as they thought, oh my word, she's been
God,
caught.
he did stop
And
riding,
then
hey?
jubilation when it is confirmed that she has not been caught. She's hung on and she has won the Diamond Jubilee. May it please your Majesties, Royal Highnesses, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in the UK UK and everyone in Australia. She has travelled halfway around the world, defending an unbeaten record. She has hung on. It may have been tight, but she has won her 22nd race. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Diamond Jubilee, Black Caviar.
It hasn't gone according to script, but the result is what everybody wanted. She's won it officially by a head, and the time was 1.91 of a second outside the record. So it's been an amazing performance in the ground under the circumstances. But Luke Nolan will be going back over that, and he'll be looking over and over again and asking just why he is. So there she is. She's relaxed. I don't think there's anybody else here who's very relaxed. But whether he actually mistook the winning post or whether he was confused, I don't know. Or maybe too confident. Let's have another look. Look at him. He's riding hands and ears. He's still riding out now. But look at these two on the outside closing. Moonlight Cloud and Restia d'Argent. And now he eases. But there's still quite a few strides to go. Well, now he gets a response from the mare. And he has just fallen in.
Yes, he's lucky, eh?
The interview will be interesting. But there is the mare, this great mare, this outstanding mare who has capped the most fantastic week here at Royal Ascot. We've had Frankel's 11-length demolition in on the first day. We've had Frankie Dettori winning the Gold Cup. We've had So You Think winning the Prince of Wales Estates. We've had the Queen having a win, and there is Her Majesty who's down there to see this mare herself. Well, what a fantastic compliment to Peter Moody, to this great mare, that Her Majesty has come down herself to see her in the flesh. A magnificent moment, and a great moment for Australian racing, for Australian sport. Luke Nolan coming over. This great partnership. He's been aboard for the majority of her wins. Missed the first company, missed another one under suspension. Anyway, sighs of relief all round, and I'd say those who laid the long odds on breathing the biggest sighs of relief. As Luke Nolan steps onto the scales, let's check the full details with John.
Well, you're certainly right there, Jim. The punter had £100,000 on to win 20,000. He had his heart in his mouth, that's for sure. Black Caviar wins the Diamond Jubilee Stakes, the 1-6 favourite. Second was Moonlight Cloud at 5-1, and third Restia d'Argent at 40-1.
Well, Jim mentioned that Luke Nolan will watch this a few more times, and he will, but this is the bit he won't mind seeing. The fact that she did pick up again for him when he asked, and that Moonlight Cloud just couldn't close fast enough. And on the line, she was still a nose in front. He gives Peter Moody a big kiss there. The gamble paid off. The gamble to come here. The owners were the ones that wanted to do it, and the Queen has come down to greet the horse. Let's hear now from the winning trainer and jockey with Richard.
Well, without doubt, the first question, I think 17 million Australians and 100,000 people nearly here at Ascot want to know. Luke, what happened in the closing stages?
I'm probably just underestimating the testing track of Ascot. I was kind of late, and she'd had enough, and the big engine throttled right down. It's quite unfortunate because it's going to overshadow what was a very good win. They're going to talk about more about my brain fade than the horse's fantastic effort.
Do you feel that prior to that she had shown the superiority that you expected?
Yeah, she did, but like I said, I underestimated the testing straight 6 years, so part of it area, but we got away with it.
Got away with it. Peter, what were your thoughts in the closing stage?
You've only got to win by a quarter of an inch.